Did you know that Shazam has a pet tiger? Or that at one point he had his own universe where he was Earth's guardian? These are 10 things that you didn't know about Shazam. Number 1. Shazam was originally Captain Marvel. First on our list is the legal fiasco between Shazam and Captain Marvel. Although Captain Marvel is now synonymous with Marvel Studios and Marvel Comics, the character actually began in the DC Universe and was actually Shazam. Let me explain. In 1939, a company named Fawcett created a character named Captain Marvel who could fly and had super speed and strength. In other words, Captain Marvel was basically Superman. Unsurprisingly, DC sued Fawcett over copyright infringement for the character. We'll come back to that later. So in 1967, a new company by the name of Marvel Comics decided to give their own go at Captain Marvel. However, Marvel's version of the character was different. Marvel's Captain Marvel was an alien who came to conquer Earth, only to then make a vow to protect the planet. Because of these differences, DC didn't sue Marvel Comics, and Captain Marvel was allowed to continue existing. Remember Fawcett? Well, in 1972, DC decided to license the original Captain Marvel from Fawcett. However, because Marvel now owned the rights to the name Captain Marvel, DC named the character Shazam, after the wizard who originally gave Captain Marvel his powers, and thus Shazam was born. Number 2. Shazam got his own universe. So after DC changed our hero's name from Captain Marvel to Shazam, the character got his own universe, called Earth S. On Earth S, Shazam was the universe's mightiest savior. However, this fun all ended with Crisis on Infinite Earths, which was a storyline created by DC which brought the entire multiverse together to fight against Anti-Monitor, a villain who threatened to destroy all of reality. After the crisis, DC brought Shazam into the main DC universe. So while his universe may have been short-lived, Shazam can at least say that he had his own planet. Number 3. Stargirl had a crush on Shazam. This relationship was interesting and has a long history in the comics. The story starts in JSA number 47, when Stargirl, also known as Courtney, is transported to an alternate realm along with Shazam called the Shadowlands, where Shazam can't use his powers and has to revert to his Billy Batson form. In the next comic, Courtney and Billy travel together some more, and Courtney starts to develop feelings for him. However, there's one small problem. Because Stargirl and Shazam are both superheroes, and Shazam is a fully grown adult as a superhero, things start to seem inappropriate to their fellow heroes. But don't worry, Shazam only dates Stargirl when he's Billy Batson. The Flash threatens to reveal Shazam's real identity as Billy Batson, and with no other choice, Shazam breaks up with Stargirl. But who knows, maybe their relationship could have worked out in the future. Number 4. The name Shazam is an acronym. This acronym goes S for Solomon, H for Hercules, A for Atlas, Z for Zeus, A for Achilles, and M for Mercury. Each of these people is significant in their own right, but they also represent an attribute of Shazam. First is Solomon, who represents wisdom. In the Bible, Solomon constructed the first temple of Jerusalem and was the king of Israel. In the Bible, Solomon is known for his wisdom and wrote the Wisdom of Solomon, which is, simply put, a book about wisdom. Next is Hercules, and we all know about him. Hercules represents strength, and in Greek and Roman mythology, Hercules was a strong demigod son of Zeus, or Jupiter. Juno, Jupiter's wife, wasn't a fan of Hercules, and tried to do whatever she could to get rid of him. Hercules was sent on 12 dangerous labors, and to sum everything up, Hercules completed these labors with his strength. Third is Atlas, which represents stamina. This one's a bit of an interesting one, and it again goes back to Roman mythology. In the myths, Atlas had to hold up the sky to stop it from falling down on the earth. Hercules met him during one of his labors, but that's a long story. Anyways, Atlas had the stamina to hold up the sky for centuries. Fourth is Zeus, who represents power. Zeus is also from Greek mythology, and spoiler alert, the rest of them have Greek or Roman roots. Zeus was the king of Olympus and the king and most powerful of the gods, which makes him most fitting to represent power. Fifth is Achilles, who represents courage. Achilles was made nearly invulnerable in the myths, with only one weak point in his heel. Achilles showed courage when he participated in the Trojan War, even though he knew full well that he would die. And finally, last is Mercury, who represents speed. Mercury was the Roman god of, well, to say the least, a lot. But most importantly to Shazam, he was the god of speed. By the way, if you're new to the Superhero Initiative, we make videos like this one and more, including reactions, reviews, and other interesting topics all revolving around movies and superheroes, so a sub to the channel would be greatly appreciated. Number 5. The Shazam family is the first of its kind. We all know about super families. There's the Incredibles, Fantastic Four, among others. But did you know that the first ever super family was the Shazam family? The Shazam family, also known as the Marvel family, because, well, Shazam was originally Captain Marvel, first appeared in a 1942 comic published by Fawcett, the company I mentioned in the beginning. The Shazam family consists of Billy Batson, aka Shazam, Mary Batson, Lady Shazam, who in the comics is Billy's twin sister, Freddie Freeman, Shazam Jr., who is Billy's friend, Eugene Choi, Billy's foster brother, Pedro Pena, another one of Billy's foster brothers, and Darla Dudley, Billy's foster sister. Eugene gains an extra ability in technopathy, which is the ability to control electronics. Pedro gets amplified super strength, and Darla gets amplified speed abilities. Number 6. Black Adam is Shazam's arch-enemy. Black Adam and Billy Batson go way back in the comics, and we saw references to Shazam in the Black Adam movie in 2022.
Mutili Sate Shazam.
In that movie, we see Teth Adam shout Shazam the same way as Billy Batson in order to gain his powers and turn into Black Adam. Well, this is because they both got their powers from the same place, that old wizard from the Shazam movie named Shazam. Despite this similarity, the way they got their powers is quite different. While Billy was chosen by the wizard to be the champion, Teth Adam got his powers from his son, Harut. Black Adam's powers are also different from Billy's in the sense that they come from Egyptian heroes, rather than the Greek, Roman, and biblical powers of Shazam we learned about earlier. And because Black Adam wasn't the Council of Wizards' chosen champion, that power corrupted him, and he was imprisoned for over 5,000 years. Number 7. The Flashpoint Paradox. In 2011, DC Comics published a storyline called Flashpoint, which ended the New Earth, the mainstream DC multiverse, and started Prime Earth. During Flashpoint, Shazam wasn't one hero, it was a team of 6 superheroes from the Shazam family that combined turned into the Captain Thunder hero. During the Flashpoint timeline, Billy Batson never becomes Shazam. Instead, the 6 members of the Shazam family are all transported to the Rock of Eternity, where the wizard gives them each a different power of the champion. Eugene Choi possesses the wisdom of Solomon, Pedro Pena possesses the strength of Hercules, Mary Batson possesses the stamina of Atlas, Freddie Freeman possesses the power of Zeus, Billy Batson possesses the courage of Achilles, and Darla Dudley possesses the speed of Mercury. When all 6 of them say Shazam together, they combine to turn into the hero Captain Thunder. Captain Thunder appeared in the battle between Aquaman's Atlanteans and Wonder Woman's Amazonians, and fought against Wonder Woman. However, Wonder Woman used her lasso of truth to force Captain Thunder into saying Shazam and reverting the kids into their normal forms. Wonder Woman then stabs Billy to death with her knife, and after losing Billy, the rest of the team is unable to continue. Number 8. Shazam has a best friend tiger. Tawky Tawny. In the New Earth storyline, Tawky Tawny was originally a stuffed tiger doll who was brought to life by Lord Satanus, a demon who reigns in hell with his sister Blaze. Tawky Tawny was brought to life in order to help the Shazam family fight against Blaze. He was at first only visible to Billy, Mary, and Darla, but later he was able to be seen by the entire Shazam family. In the New Earth timeline, he helped Freddy during his trials to gain the Shazam powers, and during the Final Crisis storyline, he defeated supervillain Calabac. In Flashpoint, Tawky Tawny was an ordinary tiger who was the companion to Captain Thunder and was always on a leash held by one of the 6 members. But when the family transformed into Captain Thunder, Tawny became a saber-toothed tiger. However, due to magic, Tawny appeared as a normal tabby cat to outsiders. Number 9. Shazam has a worst enemy worm. Yes, you heard me right. Mr. Mind first appeared in 1943 and again in 1996 and teamed up with Dr. Sivana, becoming Shazam's worst enemy in the process. And even though Mr. Mind may be a worm, what he lacks in size he makes up for in smarts. In fact, these smarts allowed him to unite all of Shazam's villains into one group known as the Monster Society of Evil. In the Shazam movie in 2019, we meet a live-action Mr. Mind during the movie's post-credits scene, along with Dr. Sivana. Mr. Mind's terrifying powers include telepathy, telekinesis, size manipulation, and universe consumption. Even though he might be tiny, Mr. Mind is not one to mess with. Number 10. Shazam Fury of the Gods, The New Gods. And now, all eyes are on Shazam Fury of the Gods, which will be hitting a theater near you very soon. And with this movie featuring, like the name implies, gods, for this last fact of the day, let's meet the new gods. So during Ragnarok, the world of the old gods was destroyed, and the world was split into 2 different planets, which were linked but at the same time extremely different. I know this sounds confusing, but it's comics. Anyways, these planets and new gods live in a realm outside time and space called the Fourth World. Long story short, these planets both go to war multiple times, with one of the fights taking place with Earth as its battlefield. The new gods are bestowed with the power of Shazam even after the old gods are long gone. If you enjoyed this video, please subscribe to the Superhero Initiative for more videos like this one. Thank you.